Our other fussy first-timers are Christopher and Nicola. They're sharing this rented flat in Bromley, near London, and they are rapidly outgrowing it.
For their first marital home, they've decided to venture out of the city and down to the coast back to Christopher's roots and near his family. In the short term, they will still need to commute back to Bromley for work, but on the plus side, the move will get them a lot more house for their budget. They've been looking for 4 months. Cue our Kirstie and cue a direct line of questioning.
Why do you think you haven't found anything yet?
Christopher's too picky.
Yeah, right.
Why do you say that?
When we first started looking, Christopher sent me down to all the estate agents in Bexhill to, get some details of properties in the area. I came back with a bunch like that thick, and by the time Christopher sifted through them, there was probably about 3 or 4 that he was actually willing to see.
Right, so because of your knowledge of the area, because you've lived here all your life, because all your family live here, you're very specific on which streets you want.
Yes.
That in itself wouldn't prevent you finding a property.
I think we were holding out, hoping something would come onto the market that we envisaged as our ideal property, but it never happened.
So what has happened?
The prices have gone up.
Right, that's fine. As long as we know that, and I know that you know that, we should be able to find a property.
They've been mucking about for 6 months, and in that time, the average house in Bexhill has gone up by over 13 grand. So expectations need to be reined in. For £140,000, Christopher and Nicola would like a 2-bed Victorian conversion with a garden in Bexhill, near to family and friends. Having a tight budget of £140,000 to spend, we haven't viewed anything bigger than a 1-bed flat in Bexhill, but they want a 2-bed house. So we're keen to push them out of their comfort zone and show them a property in Hastings, an area that's on the up where they can afford more space.
The house is in Orr, just north of the centre of Hastings, which is going through a huge regeneration scheme at the moment. New houses are being built, an eco-friendly community centre has opened, and the whole place is on the up.
Here we are in Orr. Are you in awe of Orr?
It's okay.
Yeah, I used to come up here as a kid this way.
Did you?
So I do know it, okay.
Okay, so not vetoing it out of hand.
No.
This 2-bed house is on a busy main road, but it has all the Victorian features they want and bundles of space, with 2 reception rooms and the large garden Nicola is desperate for. And at just under £140,000, it's on budget to boot.
You've got your formal reception room.
Okay.
And then you've got your family sitting room.
It is quite big. I wasn't expecting to have 2 reception rooms.
And then out of the window,
there's a garden.
Christopher, first impressions.
I like the property a lot. The 2 reception rooms are brilliant. And if this was in Bexhill, it'd probably be a no-brainer from first impressions.
If it was in Bexhill, it would be a no-budgeter.
Fair enough.
This house seems to be a winner so far, despite Christopher banging on about Bexhill.
A lot of money is being put into Orr, and that is something you have to bear in mind.
Mm-hmm.
What's it going to be like 5 years from now?
I like the property, and
Yeah.
what we're getting for the money is brilliant. It now makes me think, well, maybe we're going to have to consider sort of not being in Bexhill.
OK.
So, yeah, it's...
OK, well,
Coming
we
round to
seem
it.
to be moving forward at speed.
Yeah.
Go and have a look at the bedroom. Maybe this isn't going to be as hard as I thought.
Don't count your chickens, Allsopp.
Could be more easy of a Saturday morning, though, when you try and have a line. Especially if the bus is going to stop right outside. What do you think so far?
I like it. I think it's a lovely property. It's nice, big.
I do like the property. It is what we've envisaged all this time. But I just can't get out where we are out of my head.
Well, you're going to have to start.
You tell him. It looks like I have an ally. I'm determined to make Christopher realise that his pipe dream is just that. So I'm going to take him to Bexhill to show him exactly what his cash won't buy. It may seem tough, but if I have to go to these lengths to prove my point, then so be it.
And I know just what you like when you have a point to prove.
It is a much better location for us than the...
It's a better location
Yeah.
for you than the previous property. Well, we're not going to think about location, we're going to think about the property.
OK.
And this is one that has a lot of potential, but it's down to you to see it.
Right.
Right, so just keep your potential head on.
OK.
OK?
Yeah.
OK.
But you like the location?
Definitely.
Yes.
Right.
This is the reality of what they can afford. Here, they don't get the whole house, but just the ground floor flat. It's only got 1 bedroom and is in need of some TLC.
Its asking price is $129,950, so it's 10 grand under budget, but they'd need every penny to finish it off. Let's see if Christopher's loving this one.
Right. It's difficult because at the moment it's a bedroom.
Wooden floors, large fireplace. I like it.
It's a good room. It doesn't necessarily need to be your bedroom.
No.
But you've got to hold with me, bear with me on what the different rooms could be.
OK.
OK.
Christopher's straight in with his enthusiasm in this flat, but Nicola seems to be a little bit quieter.
What you've got here is these 2 rooms, which have been the original reception rooms of the house, and then you've got a bit of a muddle over there, which is the current kitchen and bathroom.
Right.
It's that you've got to sort out, because what you need to have is a very generous 1-bed flat, which you could, in time, make into a good-sized 2-bed flat. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Extend the kitchen, make it bigger, turn it into a really big kitchen reception room, and then have these 2 rooms as bedrooms.
Mm-hmm. With all that work involved, what are we talking about price-wise to actually buy the place?
Well, this is
First off.
on the market at 129.
OK.
So you've got a little bit left in your budget.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing work. Putting a whole extension on was not something I had considered.
Right.
So I think I'd need to see exactly how that would work out.
When I said that this was a flat with potential, I meant it.
Mm-hmm.
Go and have a look.
Big kitchen.
Still needs a lot of work though, doesn't it?
It is only half finished, and what they have done doesn't seem to be done particularly well.
I'm barking up the wrong tree with this one. I think that amount of work is way beyond Nicola. To do a job like this, you really, really have to want it. And I don't get that feeling. She's seen a house in a different area she really likes. Why would she go for this?
We'd be able to live in that house this morning a lot longer than what we would be able to live here. Don't you think?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but again, for me, this is a much better location than that property.
It is a better location. It's Bexhill, it's what we wanted, but I'm finding it hard to visualise everything working.
OK.
So, guys,
It's a no for me.
I thought so. I never engaged you. I tried to sell you on it and you weren't. So, Christopher?
I can see the potential and would like to do the work, take it on, but seeing what Nicola's saying as well, the property earlier, I could probably live with that location over Nicola's sort of not liking doing the work here, I think.
3 things have come out of this. Too much work is too much for you. Flats are not a no-no, because that's not what you've said. You've said you don't like the work, not that you don't like flats. So that's a very interesting thing that we've realised. And thirdly, you know who wears the trousers round here?
She's realistic, he thinks he's realistic, and I need a real break.
Both of them want a property with a wow factor, but neither of them are being realistic. We've lined them up to see a stunning 2-bed flat in St Leonards.
But I really want them to appreciate it when they see it. So first up, we're bringing them to see this house in awe to drive the point home.
Funnily enough, I don't think this house is going to be the house for them, but I think it's going to be a bit of clever, tactical attitude.
OK.
Bit of rewiring of Christopher.
Well, a negative viewing can always be a positive as long as it firms something else up, or...
Yeah, well, that's what I think we're doing here, because this has got good parking, really quiet road, but I don't think the actual house has got enough to offer. What do you think of the spot?
I don't like the steepness of this hill.
Ah, interesting. Is it walking up the hill, walking down the hill?
No.
Having brought them back to awe, I thought it would be Christopher with the first negative thoughts. In this area, we can get the house that Nicola is after. Set on a quiet road, 2 reception rooms and a 3rd bedroom. Its price is pretty attractive too, at £139,500.
It's lacking the impact they're after, but if it's a house they want, then this is the reality of where and what they can afford. You know, it doesn't feel like a home. Not just because it's unfurnished, but it's just all a bit bland at the moment. But there's plenty of space in these 2 rooms. Let's split them up. I want to see if Nicola's happy with how things are going. I know that Christopher's the one that's kind of leading things, wanting to be Bexhill or as close as possible.
That's why I'm finding it a bit frustrating with the search, to be honest, because, like, the property we saw before in Orr, I really like the property, and all Christopher keeps saying to me is that I don't like the area, but I can't seem to get out of him why he doesn't like the area or what's the matter with the area to be able to understand the reasons for it.
Right, it's time to put the squeeze on Christopher.
There's just something about being this far over to the other side of Hastings, away from Bexhill,
Right.
that is making it difficult for me to think, yes, this is sort of be a good move for the properties we like.
It seems strange to stand in one property and talk about another, but the property we saw in Orr yesterday, I got the impression you really liked. Are you now saying to me that you think probably it's a no because you're not convinced about Orr?
Because we don't know the area as well as we would like to consider buying a house there. At the moment, it is a no for us until such time as we've run out of options. And
You have run out of options, Christopher. There isn't a 2-bed flat, and certainly not a 2-bed house, in Bexhill at your budget.
OK.
It isn't there. You didn't find it in the 6 months that you were looking.
No.
Prices are going up. It doesn't just happen that someone accidentally puts their 2-bed flat or 2-bed house on for the wrong price.
OK.
Because that's what you're essentially waiting for. Some silly idiot to put their house on at the wrong price. And that sounds really tough, but that is the fact of the matter. So you have 2 options at this stage. Either stay in your comfort zone and get a 1-bed flat, or move out of your comfort zone and get a 2-bed house.
Blimey, Kirstie, you're not taking any prisoners today, are you?
What do you think of this house as a whole?
I don't like it at all. I think it's a bit bland and boring. But I do like that other one we saw in Orr.
Just at this point, I just can't get my head around the area. But I don't know why. It's just no. I just never considered living over here. So then to sort of be told, well, that's your option. If you want a house like this is where you're going to have to live.
But wouldn't you prefer a house rather than a flat in Bexhill?
On one hand, yeah, but like I say, I'd have to find out. I'd have to look into sort of the area and sort of make myself happy that we'd be comfortable living over here.
It's a no for Christopher.
It's a no for me.
It's a no for Nicola. And Christopher said to me upstairs that Orr remained a no for the time being.
Let me ask you a question, Christopher. In your heart of hearts, do you genuinely think you can afford the right property in Bexhill?
No.
So can we put that out of our minds?
Probably, yeah.
Can we?
Well, the question is it a 1-bed? Nicola, is it a 1-bed?
You don't want a 1-bed.
Or is it...
I don't
want a 1-bed.
I don't want a 1-bedroom flat. I wouldn't mind a 2-bedroom flat, but I wouldn't consider a 1-bedroom flat in Bexhill.
At last, we finally got through to him, and he's admitted a house in Bexhill's not an option. I hope he'll take this new way of thinking to the next property.
So with a hop, skip and a jump, we're taking them to St Leonards-on-Sea. In between Hastings and Bexhill, it could be the perfect compromise. It's an area that I know well, having already shown Jackie and Scott a house here.
This ground floor flat has a glorious amount of space, high ceilings and traditional features. For a first home, it's marvellous. There's the 2 bedrooms and a gorgeous garden at the back.
On the market, just shy of 150 grand, it's 10,000 over budget, but worth every single penny.
Straight in, guys, because this is the wow room.
Wow room, I think it's a wow flat altogether.
It's a wow room. It's really special.
What was the word you used in the place in Orr, Nicola, that it didn't have?
No personality, and this one, especially this room, has lots.
It looks like this one's winning them over.
Even though it's a galley kitchen, it's still got space.
I take it the garden's all ours, it's not shared or...
Yeah, all yours.
The issue here is the price then?
Yes. It's on the market 149,950. 10 grand more expensive than the 2 places we've shown you in Orr. 10 grand costs you around £65 a month, £800 a year. So the question that we have to ask ourselves, stood in this rather amazing flat, is it worth £65 a month more than where we've been?
Look at Nicola's face. I think it's a possibility that it probably is worth it.
You can see where the money goes.
I think it knocks absolute socks off everything else.
Oh, this is lovely.
It just continues through, really, doesn't it? How...
It does, yeah.
Could this be a long-term home? You've got a second bedroom.
Right.
It's a single, but it's perfectly decent, looks out to the garden, beautiful. Let's try and pick holes in it. Let's try and be critical about this flat. It's in St Leonards, is that a problem?
for some reason, I feel more comfortable here than I do in All. Possibly because I just know more...
Okay.
I sort of just feel more comfortable here for some reason.
OK.
And I can't really put my finger on why. I'm totally blown away by this place. What I've seen of it so far, I'm actually struggling to sort of now contemplate what we've seen in All, because this is it's an amazing flat.
I definitely like it.
You need to love it if you're going to stretch the budget.
Oh, yeah.
Would you rather have a house?
Yes, but I've not seen any flats this nice before, and I think I've never thought we would find a flat this nice. This is definitely better than the house we've just been in, hands down.
Yeah.
No question asked.
Yeah.
Go and have a wander.
It's everything we asked for them to find us in the property, really, isn't it?
I think we found our flat, our property. And to lose it for £65 a month, then I'll stop drinking.
Yeah, you say that now.
Okie dokie.
Seen enough?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's lovely. There's no question about that. It is beautiful.
Right.
I'm speechless, really. It's perfect as far as I'm concerned. We know what's out there and what our options are. As you so bluntly put it earlier,
Hint, hint. Let's do Allsopp.
I wouldn't be able to live with myself if we didn't try and get this place, really.
What a result. Good teamwork, Phil.
Glad to hear that after 10 years you've learned to appreciate me, Kirstie.
So, I think you guys have come a long way in 2 days.
Yeah, we
I think
have.
you've managed to change what we were looking for to suit our budget, really.
Yeah. I hope I haven't changed what you're looking for to suit me.
No. I think you've sort of made it clearer to us what our expectations should have been and not what we were dreaming of, really.
So what have we got to achieve today?
While the flat is sort of fresh in our minds, so we can sort of take that one on as a sort of real possibility.
So they love the amazing garden flat, but don't need to see it again.
Seems Christopher's agreed to become a teetotaler for the next few years.
You know that it's on the market at 149,950. What do you want to pay for the St Leonards flat?
I think our first offer would be 145.
You're probably right to put in an offer at 145, but I think we have to make it crystal clear to the agent that we're not going up from that. I've got an offer. It's 145. They've got all their finances organised. They've got nowhere to sell. In every respect, they're the dream buyer. OK, brilliant. Bye.
The offer's in and the wait begins. The call's in and the first-time buyer nerves are starting to show.
OK. Thanks, babe. Bye. She's told the agent she won't accept a penny less than 149,950. The agent said to me, I talked to her about 148, and she was like, no, she wouldn't even accept 149. She wants £149,950. Full stop. What we have to do here is you have to think about it. Do you want to spend that much money?
The flat's great. I want the flat. It's just a bit daunting, it being our first time doing this, and it's a lot of money, so...
It is a lot of money, yeah.
I really feel for them, and I think it's a great flat. But they never bargained on having to go over their budget, and with their first offer being rejected, they need more time to think. If they truly want it, they'll have to dig deep. But can they pull something out of the bag before it's too late? The morning after their first offer was rejected, they decided they couldn't bear the idea of losing out on the flat they loved, and offered the full asking price, just short of 150 grand. And it was enough to secure the flat.
But 8 weeks later, disaster struck. The vendor upped the price by a whopping 15 grand, and having stretched themselves to the max, Christopher and Nicola were forced to let the flat go.
But not to be beaten, they picked themselves up, dusted themselves down and got back on with the hunt.
We looked at a lot of properties. Every weekend we was down here searching and searching.
We had to move fast because of the way the market was moving. Our budget was tight from the beginning, so we couldn't keep hanging on and waiting for a property to turn up because it may never have happened.
And more than 6 months later, a nightmare search has ended in their dream home, and they finally got the 2-bed house they were looking for.
We were still in the property when we made the offer.
And thank goodness Christopher learned Bexhill on a budget was just a fantasy. They've stuck to Hastings and managed to get the 2-bed house they wanted with more than enough space for them and the whole family.
I couldn't be happier, and it has all been worth it.
We got what we dreamed of at the beginning, and that's all that matters, really.